No. Edition of my YouTube channel, but like the thing says, we're going to be talking about possible things that will be in Red Dead Redemption 2. Obviously, we're playing the father of the and I'm just going to be doing this at the same time while just going over some things. So, first off, pardon the intro, this is Red, the original main character of the Red Dead series. So, going over what I saw of the trailer finally gave us the name of the mysterious guy we saw in all the photos and all that. His name supposedly is Arthur Morgan. And Arthur Morgan is apparently a member of Dutch's gang. Wait, application suspending in 15 minutes cannot be verified? Really? Wow. So, yeah. Great. So, let's move on. Moving on.
Not bad, bounty hunter. Not bad at all. Now I reckon you could really line your pockets. If you don't mind hunting down a woman. Even you can call her a woman.
I'm sorry, I can't do this with this kind of game. But, yeah, so like I said, the main character we saw in the trailer, his name is they say Mr. Morgan, and he kind of resembles, in a way, a sort of a John Wayne kind of feeling, because he's just like big, tall guy. He's got that Western draw. I mean, everywhere where I live, everyone has that Western draw sort of feeling, that language, that sort of speech. You know, he's like, "Boy, you got some money for me?" I'm sorry, I just don't usually do that. But, yeah. So from what it looks like, according towards what I've seen at the end, it looks like this will be post-Civil War, but like most likely pre-1900s. I'd say pre-1890s. And it looks really good. And all the footage on that trailer was taken on PS4. Not PS4 Pro, but they didn't say it wasn't either. We are going to be dual wielding, like right here, twin revolvers, other types of revolvers. It looks really cool. They have the roping system. We got to see Dutch, and obviously at the end we saw Bill Williamson. Arthur Morgan is a member of, well, he is, but I'm not sure I've heard anyone say he's confirmed, but he's most likely a member of Dutch's gang. And it looks really cool. They're going to have a lot of references. It all looks really, all together, it looks really well done. And as far as I know, from what I've seen, we're going to have mountain regions. The mountains kind of remind me of where I live, the Wyoming mountains, and like a mixture of the Rockies. My father's also here. Dad? Dad? What mountains are we by? Are we by the Rockies or...
That's part of the Rockies.
Yeah, so we're by the Rockies. We're like in the Montana. I'm up north, and it looks really... The mountain region, from what I saw, looks like the Wyoming mountains area back then. Also, we saw a bit of the bayou, which means we possibly may be going down south. So, all you CSA, Confederate States of America folks on there will definitely love that. As far as, I don't know, as far as like guns, I mean, we did see a Winchester when he was holding that. We did see different forms of revolvers. Also, we did see revolvers like these, and it looks pretty good, honestly. As far as characters, we always have Dutch, Arthur Morgan, and obviously, at the end, like I said, we saw Bill Williamson. But will John be there? I doubt it, because depending on the timeline from after the Civil War was I believe, done in 1864, 65, I believe 65, and the ending of Red Dead Redemption takes place in 1911. Actually, if you think about it, the actual ending is like 1914 because that's when Jack buries his mom. But let's not go into that. So, depending on the timeline, if it's between 1865 to like 1911, John Marston, according to Wikipedia, was born in 1871, and when his father died and he was sent to the orphanage, it was 1877 or 78. Most likely 78 or 77. He was 8. I'm horrible with math. I'm sorry. So, yeah, John, depending on what time it is, John would have been like a boy. So most likely this is going to be pre-John and Abigail, which is kind of good, because John already had his story done. So seeing him again at a young age will be kind of weird. As far as I know, guns that won't be returning will obviously be the high power pistol, the Mauser, the semi-auto, because I forget what model that was based on, but anything pre 18, like 90s shouldn't actually be in the gun because they want to keep it in the game. Sorry, in the game because they want to keep it sort of a timeline era. Now, as far as guns, we have a lot of other firearms. Like, we have a bunch of pistols. As you can see right in front of me, they are bringing back some guns we've seen, like this one. This is I believe, according to the Wikipedia, this is a Colt Army or Navy 1860. The Scorpion revolver, this gun, best gun in Red Dead Revolver, is an 1861. So yeah, this one would be a really good one to have back too. The 1850, Colt 1850. This is a really good gun. It was seen in a lot of old westerns, and you got others. I'm kind of liking how they went back to the old version of the game, like Red Dead Revolver. The other thing it brings up, what places will we see? Like, will we have like a sort of timeline jump between Red Dead Revolver to Red Dead Redemption, somewhere in between, which would be kind of cool. As far as like gameplay mechanics, I would like to have the ability to dual wield other guns other than like whole Peacemaker, but dual wielding like 1861s or 1860s or 1850s, like dual wielding these. Also, I believe they should have a legendary system, which would be kind of cool. Like, for example, this would be extremely weird, but then again, it's Rockstar. Like you're in the middle of the desert, and like there's an Easter egg where this is, what was that? I think it was the hunting mechanism, where you have to hunt certain legendary animals. After you hunt a certain of them, you have to find a pretty large scorpion, and once you kill the scorpion, you get the Scorpion revolver. I think a legendary item system would be kind of cool. Like I said, kill a giant scorpion, you get the legendary Scorpion revolver, because it is an 1861. Yeah. Then, like you said, if you kill like a bunch of certain number of bandits or a certain band boss, you get the Pacificator, the Inquisitor, like killing an officer, the Widowmaker, all sorts of stuff like that. It would be relatively interesting, and it would make the game like a bit longer. As far as what is it? I would say as far as multiplayer shouldn't and really couldn't go the way GTA 5 has. Because with GTA 5, the whole main idea of it was an economy base. I still think they could have like gun stores where you buy a gun after you level up and buy horses, but you can't put a price tag on a horse for like $10,000. Especially if it's in the Wild West, because if it's in the Wild West, I mean, a horse for $10,000, it'd be a bit. It would be overpriced for that kind of timeline. I mean, $10,000, you could own like a whole plantation, and we already saw a plantation down there. So, in the game that later got blown up, which kind of is a homage to the John Wayne film. I believe it was The Unforgiven. It was John Wayne and Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson was he just got out of the Civil War. He was on the Confederate side, and instead of giving up his land to the Yankees and the Northern Army, the Union, he blew it up. Actually, he burnt it down, which I think was a kind of nice homage they did. But it's, in a sense, you can't really do multiplayer or Red Dead like GTA. The customization thing would be kind of nice. You know, like they did with GTA, like, oh, I can have John Marston in a Western game, which would be nice, you know, the whole clothing system and all that. But, you know, as far as making it about finance, I mean, unless you're going to have it where you rob a bunch of banks, and, like in free mode, and you take the money and do it that way, you're not going to have a really good game. And also microtransactions, I'm literally going to shoot. I would shoot myself in the foot if I get on Red Dead 2, go on online, and just see, oh, microtransactions. Why would you do this, Rockstar? Please don't do that. I'm begging of you. Microtransactions make it horrible. But as far as other stuff, I mean, yeah. I was looking up earlier before I did this after I saw the video, and certain guns other than the Mauser, the semi-auto, and the high power, which were primarily, I think the high power is modeled after the FN something 1903, which was pretty cool because they also brought back that same gun in GTA 5. It was called the vintage pistol. Other than those, they have, like I said, you got a bunch of other guns. You can also have the Schofield, and you could have the LeMat. The LeMat revolver actually in GT and Red Dead Redemption, the first one, wasn't actually cartridge fed. It was actually known as the Grape Shot gun during the Civil War, and it was a ball and cap gun, which is really kind of awkward because it didn't actually load like that. It has a special like little lever on the side that you would insert the caps into, and it kicked like a son of a bitch. You can actually look that up on YouTube about how when people would fire it. But yeah, another like I'm still forgetting. What am I trying to think about? Supposedly this application is going to suspend in like 20 minutes, but let me continue on. Let's just go with, where is it there? There, finally, move on. But a lot of people don't know is that Red Dead Revolver was the one that started the Red Dead series. This is the mission where you have to fight Bat Bessie, and Red was the first guy, so. And like Red Dead, like Max Payne, there wasn't really any auto lock system, so. So, it would be relatively nice to have that sort of ability. I'm hoping they bring back the Deadeye system. The Deadeye system is really nice. Also, we are getting bows, which is kind of nice. Oh, super there. Something I'm glad they didn't bring back Red Dead Redemption. That guy who closed Come on. Another good idea, I think, for Red Dead would, Red Dead Redemption 2, would be later on when you see when I get to that bar mission, come on, is, a death match, kind of like the one they have now where it's, mounted combat, what is it, like Motor Wars? Where it's, a mounted, combat death match, where not like the Red Dead Redemption 1 where you were able to race horses and like that, but in the sense like, let's see, come on. Shit. Gut shot. Both of them. Damn. What? I guess I'm almost done with this, Dad. But yeah, mounted combat system. That would be fun. Like a deathmatch. You cannot get off your horse or your bull.
Hey, friend.
Ah, Smitty. This guy's funny.
Follow me. I know a shortcut.
Wonder if I can save him.
Friend, you go ahead. I'll follow you.
So, let's see if I can save Smitty before I talk even further. Alright, Halcon Rifle. Oh, thanks, Dad. Save Smitty. Where's the other guy at? Oh wow, if I actually save him, he gives me money. Nice. That one guy is glitched. That one guy is literally glitched behind there. Come on. He's quite literally glitched. There's supposed to be a guy that's right around the corner. Oh, there you are! I'm so sorry it's been so long since I discussed something. But, come on. Alright, come on, let's do this. Alright,
I could hear you coming, little man. You think you can handle taking on a woman like me? You either drunk or crazy.
Everybody keeps leaving and joining. I think boss fights need to be at least something like this. Come on. Where you at, Bissy? And she died. Glitch for a bit.
Hate to kill a lady.
So oh, come on. Come on. All right. So once again, referring to the multiplayer system, I believe multiplayer should at least, how should I put it? I want to get me and bring some. Okay, so let me just pause this for a second. Multiplayer should have a bit of an intro like it did with GT Online, where you like got off the plane and then all that, you know, when you created your character. But I don't believe it should be like the whole customization thing on next gen PS4 and Xbox One was a bit more detailed than the last one on last gen, but it's just too awkward having choosing, you know, this guy as your dad compared to that guy. It's a bit oblivious, I wouldn't say. Not really oblivious. It's just weird, you know, the whole heritage system. But I think maybe, you know, like having a set character, like, oh, I'm gonna choose this base game white male as my character and just edit him a little bit, would be relatively. I would say that's be the best way to do it. I mean, Saints Row did it. A lot of other games do it where you can customize your character. Hell, Skyrim's done it. And there is a game out that's out, I think it's like Wild West Online or something like that, that's on the PC, that has the same feel to it. It kind of looks like what Red Dead Online should be. But I think the character customization, like going to a tailor and you have this, like you can buy a poncho like from what was it, Clint Eastwood's movies. He wore it in for a few dollars more. He didn't actually. He also wore in a fistful of dollars. He did wear it at the end of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but that wasn't until the end. And I think, like, the whole, you know, outfit changing system would be nice. The whole Red Dead Redemption thing where you went to the outfitter and selected a certain character didn't really give you that whole feel for, like, what is it? Like, what is it? Like for role plays, I mean, you had this character who you might would, like, you have this Irish guy, you might want to put like a cowboy hat or something like that on. Didn't really fit for role plays, but GT Online did. Then again, I think a legendary system, like I said before, would be nice. Like for the Scorpion Revolver, make references to other games from the Red Dead series. Like, like complete this challenge. Like I said, for the Scorpion Revolver, go onto the middle of the desert, go down this hole, and you have to kill this giant, like not really giant, but like somewhat really big scorpion. And then, once that's done, you get the Scorpion Revolver, which would be a nice homage to Red Dead Revolver. It would be quite interesting to see that. Also, like Annie Stokes' gun, Faith. And then there was Buffalo Soldier's gun, which was the lightning rifle. Then you had General Diego's gun, which was looked something different than it did in the game. Was like a Mexican rifle. Also other guns. And you also have a lot more than people think. Like you only got the Colt Peacekeeper, the 1861. I mean, hell, you've got like the Colt's Dragoon, different versions of the Winchester. And I think some skins to like certain guns would be cool. Like, what was the name of his gun? The guy who played it. Shit. There was another guy. He had. What was it? It was. My God. It was JB Books and the Shootist. If you could have on certain guns like skins, like legendary skins on certain guns, or legendary guns in general, and legendary mounts, which would be cool. What was his name? JB Books, and I forget how they described it. It was good Lord, I'll remember what it looked like.
Be beaten by a brave bounty hunter.
But yeah, also as far as like customization, I think like hats like Jack Swift, also his pair of twin revolvers, the Showstoppers would be nice. Bring back the Inquisitor and stuff like that would be cool. Also, like Jack Swift, he wore a suit, and outfits like Reds would be nice. And also hats. I mean, I'm not just talking about like cowboy hats. I mean different variations, like the Gambler's hat from what was that? The Gambler with what's his name? Also, I'm like drawing a blank here. But yeah, stuff like that. Like, good Lord, what else am I trying to think? I think like an online roping system would kind of be cool too, because like with Red Dead, you'd see all these other horses in like multiplayer, but you never could like do anything with them. Also, I think they should bring back what they did with Red Dead Redemption, the first one, and have the ecosystem be in online. With GTA, it was kind of weird because you hear like these coyotes howl and stuff, but you never could with see them other than the fish. So yeah. Also, I think as far as multiplayer, they should make it like where it was with Red Dead Redemption 1, not GTA, where you have it in vicinity. You know, like the vicinity of the area. Like if I'm up north and you're down south, you should make it where when you're down south, you can't hear anyone that's up north until they get closer. Also, the posse system I think should come back, and bounties too from GTA, but not in the sense where people can drive off in cars and helicopters, which I think a lot of kids, and certain people that I know might not like, but like to play the game. But yeah, also the horse's stamina system and how you could be able to ride from the first Red Dead Redemption would be nice. You have to maintain the stamina. You can't like make it run nonstop, otherwise your horse will buck you off. That would be pleasant to see again too. But I will make sure to keep an eye out for later news. I'm sorry that everyone kept joining and leaving because of some reason. But yeah. Stay tuned for more. Thank you, and good night.